Storytime at the Rubus, a weekly podcast about the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. I'm your host, Sharla, and I've actually been going to Bonnaroo since 2013. I'm part of the Real Rubus group that camps out in group camping. We've had the group for 2 or 3 years now, and I'm here with Skyler, Chloe, and Shaina. And Skyler, I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Hello, Bonnaroo. My name is Skyler. I am up in the frozen Northeast here in Jersey City, right outside New York. I have been going to Bonnaroo with a single exception since 2011. So this will be my 12th year on the farm. A member of Rubus Camp and also a co-founder of Group There It Is, pouring one out this year for most of those guys. There, Shaina, you'll see them at Forest. But we are super excited to be back on the farm.
Okay, Chloe, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'm Chloe. I'm up in Iowa. It is also frigid. Maybe I've lost a few toes. It's so cold right now. I've been going to Bonnaroo since 2013 and have been there with the exception of 2016. So technically, feet on the farm. This will be my 10th Bonnaroo, and I'm so stoked. Just so excited to be talking about this with you guys.
And how about you, Shaina?
Hey, everybody. Happy Lino Day. My name's Shaina. I live in Chicago, and I am Loophole to Reality, one of the admins, and I'm also our group leader. This is going to be my 9th Bonnaroo, and if anyone that's me and everybody else is counting down, we have exactly 153 days until we're back on the farm.
Oh. Who's counting?
I am. Countdown app. It's on there. If you arrive on Tuesday, I should preface, I'm a Tuesday arrival, so 153
Shaina,
days.
For anyone listening to this, Shaina just showed an app on her phone that has a literal countdown on there. So she is that dedicated and determined to make it till June, the second week of June. So the lineup came out today, and that is what we are here to discuss. Now, for anyone that may be new listening to us, that may be a new listener out there, that may be a first-time Bonnarooian, something to know about us is that we also have the Totem Foundation. And all of our proceeds from this podcast actually go to support the Totem Foundation. And you can find out more about that at totemfnd.org. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the episode, but again, that's totemfnd.org. There are so many good resources out there on the internet to find out rookie tips and good things about going to Bonnaroo for your first time. But something really cool about Totem is you can sign up to be a mentor or a mentee if it's your very first time coming to Bonnaroo. If you've never been before and you're like, what do I do? What are some things I really need to do? I really need to look forward to for coming to Bonnaroo? What are just some really good tips? What do I need to bring? You can actually go in there and sign up to be paired with someone that's a veteran of Bonnaroo, that's been coming to Bonnaroo for years and years and years, and we'll match you up with someone with similar interests. And it's a really, really cool program. So check that out at totemfnd.org.
Yes, sir, Bob. Have a shot the silhouette of any wicked man till it's recognized.
Hey everybody, this is Daniel. I'm the guy that drives the Rubus, and I want to thank Sharla and the ladies for hosting this episode while I'm out on traveling. Usually, I am really all about making this episode happen. I just happen to be traveling this week, so thanks again to everyone who helped contribute to this really big community effort, and I think that is really symbolic of what we're trying to do. We're trying to turn both what we're doing and this podcast into more of like a Roo community effort. So, Sharla, would you like to help me tell the story of how the Rubus and Totem came to be?
Sure, of course I would, Daniel.
All right. So, me and Sharla have been married, I'm starting to lose count. You're going to get me because it's been 16 or 17 years that we've been together and been married.
We got married in 2006, so 18, I think.
Oh, goodness. All right. Hopefully she's going to let me get away with that one. But yeah, we started coming to Roo in 2013. I had wanted to for a long time, but if you can put yourself back in those shoes from over a decade ago, I think you were a little hesitant about it for a little while, weren't you, Sharla?
Hesitant about going to Bonnaroo?
Yeah, back in the day.
Hesitant might be an understatement, Daniel.
Well,
I did not want to go.
I finally talked her into it when I saw Paul McCartney was headlining, and I think that weekend in June in 2013 kind of changed our lives, didn't it, Sharla?
Yes. Well, I cried most of the weekend, and we argued most of the time, but somehow I came back the second year.
Well, it was wild. Like to really sum it up, like things really became crazy for us after a couple of years. We went to the first two by ourselves. We started bringing some friends later on. And back in 2017, Charlotte and I picked up the Rue bus from Bob and Tammy, who were formerly of Manchester. Actually, I think they've moved back to town. I can't remember. But anyways, we took on the tradition from them. We've made some changes to the Rue bus over the years, but it's kind of an evolving, rolling museum of Bonnaroo. Charlotte, how much stuff do you think is in there? We keep all of our little keepsakes and giveaways in there. It's kind of crazy.
Yes, absolutely. There is so much stuff in there. There previously was tickets from some of the very first Bonnaroos in there. They were preserved under a really cool table in there. And it's just stuff like that throughout the years of Bonnaroo that's been in there. Just all the little trinkets that people will come up to you and give you at festivals. All of that is kept in the Bonnaroo bus. So when people have their little Bonnaroo memory boxes at their house and have their little festival wristbands at their house and their Bonnaroo bandanas, we have a whole bus for that.
Yeah, it's actually nice to keep that somewhere else other than just in our house, even though we still have a ton of Bonnaroo stuff in the house.
Well, true.
But yeah, I think the more important thing is all of the names that have been signed inside and out. We've started to collect a lot of pictures of our friends all throughout. And, you know, for a number of years, things kept evolving. We started hosting Wednesday night parties. We've had bands like Repeat, Flip Turn, and of course, Cherub a number of times. That tradition is possibly going to keep going. We'll tell you more about that later. But in the past year, we have kind of somewhat semi-retired from a lot of the crazy things that we used to do. We've passed along the Wednesday party to people like Andrew and Maddie and others. Charlotte and I and some of our friends are focusing on our nonprofit. So it is called Totem, and it's been around for a little over a year now, right, Charlotte?
Yes. So we actually started Totem in 2023 with some of our friends, and Totem stands for the opportunity to experience music. Totem is a 501c3 nonprofit, which helps provide scholarships and mentorships to underserved individuals to attend music festivals like Bonnaroo.
Yeah, and it has been going really well. So we have three things that we're trying to do with it. We are doing a mentorship program that's a little bit like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, where we have a veteran Bonnaroovian take a rookie under their wing. We did that for the first time for this past year, and that went very well. And we also do a scholarship program where we provide a full ride to college-age individuals who want to perhaps have a career in live music or what to experience something like this that they would not have been able to otherwise. And it has been working really well. And eventually we want to do an international program. We'll tell you more about that in the months to come if you keep listening to the podcast. But essentially, we eventually want to bring in some musicians from Haiti. If you read some of the news, things have not been great down there, and we want to radiate some positivity for them as well. But stick with us and stay tuned. We'll have more about a virtual international program that we're going to try to do this year. So you can learn more about it at totemfnd.org. And we hope to have a booth in Planet Roo this year, right, Sharla?
Hopefully, we are going to apply for a booth in Planet Roo. They only grant those booths to so many organizations, but that is our goal this year. We did have a booth at our local South Star Festival, which is a C3 festival. You know, it's ran by the same organizers that run Bonnaroo. And we had such a fun time at that, you know, talking to people about Totem, and it went really well for us. So hopefully we'll be able to have a booth in Planet Roo this year. That's our goal.
Yeah, so find us at totemfnd.org or find us on social media to learn more as we learn more. But we hope to have your support. And Sharla, why don't we go ahead and thank some of our Patreons?
Okay, we've got Daniel, Brady, I Am Rave Dad, Taylor, Courtney, Casey with the Texas Roo Crew, Christy, Jums, Sarah, David and Aurora, String Bean, Taylor, Zach and Jeremy, Amber, Andrea, JB, Sam, Austin, James, Chelsea, aka Hygiene Queen, Ryan, Chris and Shy, Dan, Harris, Keith, Casey, Andrew, Amanda, Aaron, Nick, Maddie, McFerg, Kent and Emily, Randy, Eric and Ben, Evan, Jay, Chloe, and Sean.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Everyone that you just heard from have been Patreon supporters of our podcast for a very long time. And every cent of that goes to the Totem Foundation. It helps fund scholarships for people that are coming to Rue. It helps us with administrative stuff. And we're just very, very, very thankful for that. So again, if you haven't heard already, we are having an event in Nashville here in about a week and a half. Sharla, can you tell us about that?
Sure. But first, I'm going to tell you, I did not scroll up far enough, and I missed a new Patreon.
Oh, you did? Who is it?
John with the Texas Rue Crew.
Hey, John. We're so happy to have you here.
And John is actually one of our $30 a month Patreons. So we will have to send John a t-shirt.
Hey,
yes, so thank you so much for that. If you are $30 a month Patreon level, you get a t-shirt with that. And there's a couple other people I know that we owe t-shirts to, and we're actually going to be doing a new t-shirt sales campaign this month. So look for that to come too. And Daniel, you were going to talk about the other thing?
Yeah. So one last thing. If you want to become a Patreon, it is at patreon.com/Rubus. And like I said, every cent goes to the Totem Foundation. But also, to add on to that, we're doing an event in Nashville here in just about a week and a half. Right, Sharla?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be on January the 19th, Sunday afternoon. Starts at 3 p.m. Nashville at Rosemary and Beauty Queen. Rosemary and Beauty Queen. It's a really, really neat little bar. It's an old house that's been turned into a bar. Come join us. Come learn more about Totem. Come talk about, the new Bonnaroo lineup with us, and just have fun. Have a good chill afternoon. It's such a cool place, and we hope to see you there.
Yes, please come out. All right. Thank you, Sharla. I think we will pass it back over to everyone that you have on for the lineup drop episode.
All right. Awesome. Okay, hey everybody, we're coming live and we're recording a little bit for the podcast. The lineup just came out around 10 a.m. and oh my gosh, guys, what do you think about it? Anybody go?
ICP leaked. That's so funny. Personally, I love it. I'd say this will be my 10th year going, and this is by far the most excited I've probably ever been. There's like multiple acts every single day that I'm really stoked on, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Does anybody see anything like on there that's like just like a wild booking that you never would have thought of?
I was pretty shocked by Tyler, the creator, because Tyler, he brings in massive shows, so they're gonna have to really step up the stage game to be able to match Tyler's stage. It'd be crazy.
Right.
As already mentioned, but Insane Clown Posse's probably the most wild booking of at least the mid cards. So.
Yeah.
And
Remy Wolf metal act is kind of insane too, considering how legendary they are. And we don't need to talk about Dave Mustaine the person, but excited for the music.
Oh, for sure.
That and the Remy Wolf Super Jam. That's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see what that Super Jam is going to be.
Wait, I didn't even notice
also,
that.
Allie and AJ sneaking in at the bottom of the lineup too.
I did see that. I saw that on the leak that came out last night. I saw that Allie and AJ on there. But I didn't see the Remy Wolf Super Jam. I did not notice that. Oh my God.
Allie and AJ is making my dreams come true. Disney Channel Shaina screaming right now. So
Allie and AJ, and then Natasha Bedingfield too. Like, are we going to feel the rain on our skin? I'm so ready.
Wait, Natasha Bedingfield's on the lineup?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm screaming in my neighborhood right now. Oh God.
She's the 6th lowest billed artist on Sunday, which I think is insane. Like, that should show you how just dense the bookings are on Sunday, that she is the 6th lowest. It is insane to me she's built that low.
It kind of feels like it's going to be the same situation where they put T-Pain, I think, in 2019 in a tent, 2018, 2019. So that's kind of what it's probably going to give.
I feel like she's going to open the witch.
That makes sense, yeah. I can see it.
Maybe not open, but like number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
Either way, it's going to be a massive single.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's only one way.
Shout out to this EDM lineup. It's probably like the densest EDM lineup I've ever seen in Bonnaroo.
Yeah, it's a pretty good EDM lineup. I agree. RL Grime is great. I can't believe we got LSZ, to be completely honest, because they're touring the same weekend as Bonnaroo. So I'm pretty shocked by
I also
that.
feel like Barry Can't Swim is such a great poll. I did not expect that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm impressed that they managed to fly him in.
Somebody tell me about Barry Can't Swim, because I don't know them. I'm not familiar.
Same label as Disclosure, I'm pretty sure. They're
Oh.
all selected, right?
Okay.
Similar vibes to Fred again.
Gotcha.
A lot of like samples and stuff. I really enjoy it.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I would say it's like even more chill than Fred, but it is similar, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
In
that's
like
cool.
a respectful way, it's like H&M fitting room music. If you can imagine that, but like in a good way.
I'd say somewhere between Fred again and Disclosure for Barry Can't
Okay.
Swim, but he's very good.
That makes sense.
And also pulling Green Velvet and Gorgon. I mean, Green Velvet's a house legend, and Gorgon I just saw at EDC Orlando
Yeah,
recently.
we're speaking house legends. We have Claptone too, who, in my opinion, is a house legend. So
Absolutely.
he'd come up there.
I was not anticipating Green Velvet at all. That wasn't even on my radar.
Oh.
That was probably the thing that shocked me the most when I saw this.
Do we want to go by day, Sharla, and then
Yeah, sure.
that way
Go for it.
take it out that way?
Yeah, go for it.
So I guess we can start with Thursday. If anyone has Thursday thoughts.
I mean, how can you not completely laugh at ICP and Luke Holmes on the same day?
Reeward had the like Fago fountain with like
Right.
the Lightning McQueen car that he made up in Photoshop or whatever. I thought that was really funny.
Oh, I went full Tiger Woods, John Daly meme for that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love
God.
that. That got me. Joey Valance and Bray on there. I've seen them before. They're so fun. That's a great way to kick off Thursday.
They got to open for ICP.
Has anybody
Okay,
ever
so
seen?
I'm late to the
Oh, go ahead.
party. Was the Leaf lineup legit, or are we just hypothetically saying it's real?
It was real.
Is it
Yeah.
There's just Shabuzi and I can't remember the other that are on the league lineup. They're on the official one. I haven't looked at it enough to
Yeah,
know if there's any billing changes, but
I do see a couple people on the real. I do see a couple
Crazy.
people on the real one that were not on the leaked one. Actually, I need to cross-reference it more. But I think I see somebody.
Shabuzi, and then who was the other artist that was on the leak that's not on the official?
Artist.
Yeah.
Oh, it just announced. Okay.
And Al tweets it out officially first.
It's on the website too.
Oh, good.
I was like, I'm not believing anything until it's on the website.
Right.
It's up, yep. Someone mentioned Wisp, which was also on Thursday. That should be an interesting one. Someone else mentioned Joey, Valance, and Bray. I think they're Australians, so that I think is an interesting
Yo, hold
one
up.
Thursday.
How has nobody mentioned the King Gizzard 3-day residency?
Yeah, that one is in the top 3 for me, I'd say, on the weekend. Like, top 3 bookings.
That is crazy. I didn't see
Pretty
that.
funny.
just the placement of that on the poster, I feel like could have been better. But yeah, that's one of the things I'm most excited for.
Yeah, it's a little hidden on there. That's an absolutely like S tier booking, and they just put it as an aside up in the corner.
Doesn't
we get damn
King Days have the same placement on the poster as where the
emo super jam was last year, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It is crazy though. They're flying in from Europe like the day before Rue. And if they're doing a residency, that means they have like 36 hours to fly all the way around the world and do another residency set, which is pretty nutty.
What day is Insane Clown Posse on?
Thursday.
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 Crazy.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
It's going to be ICP into Luke Combs into Dom Dalla.
Thursday's going to be such a trip.
What if we do Green Velvet into Sammy Vergie into Dom Dalla into Luke Combs into ICP at like 2 a.m. on Friday?
I could see ICP being super light would make sense.
Ooh, War Spot. Yeah, that's a good call, Andrew.
I need to know who's in the Rasheen Murphy spot because that was a wonderful show last year.
Wondering if anybody has opinions on someone we haven't mentioned, namely Marcus King, one familiar, two Holler.
Dice Bits I can shout out. They're like a female band, which will be sick.
Oh, sick. Who was that?
Dice Bits at the very bottom of Thursday.
Oh, at the bottom.
The very last name, Drop Tines, is a country band.
Dogs in a Pile on Thursday is going to be really good too.
Sneaky booking is Wisp as well. I was listening to a little bit of her stuff. It's this very like ethereal metal type sound to it. It's pretty cool.
I think they open for Deftones.
Ooh.
That could be the Roisin Murphy spot.
What about the Lemon Twigs? What's going on with them?
Awesome. They're like heavy vibes.
Heavy what vibes?
Soft, the heavy from last year.
Oh, right.
Soft rock, kinda. They're really good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm really excited for that. Don't miss the Sophia Elsa set. I've been listening to her for a while.
I don't know how much has been talked about in the channels, but Enzo is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at Friday. Enzo's on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enzo at the Caverns this year. It was so good.
Yeah, great show. Of the Trees is going to be great as well.
Like Tyler
Levity on
Tigger,
Thursday. Gonna be
Of
great.
the Trees, Detox Unit on Friday too. Like that is a extremely stacked day for me.
I think Levity's going to be like a sunset. I think that would be perfect time for them. Because then you do like Of the Trees right after, maybe. I assume Tipper will be like the headline quote unquote spot at like 11.
Mega Jack.
Yeah.
What? Wait, is this the Enzo that does like the book club radio on YouTube?
I don't know. Hold on, let me look. I don't know if that doesn't sound familiar to me.
He did the. Oh, here.
No, that's Tenzo.
He does all the songs with Alan Watts. You know what I'm saying?
He's very Enzo is very him and Ellis Dream, like they're all in that kind of realm of very deep spacey meditation. Really, really good.
Ooh, that does sound cool.
I mean, like, I could see Enzo doing something in that Infinity stage, but that's also just a hope. I doubt it.
The Friday EDM lineup is absolutely stacked. I mean, even Effin being bottom booking, right? Effin, Edith, Detox, Levity, Enzo, Tate B, Of the Trees, Tipper, and Summit. That's loaded.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, John Summit. I like him, and like his like album stuff, I really like. But when I saw him at the Caverns, I was like, I mean, this is fun, but I don't know if I'd come back.
Funny you say that. I won't talk too much on it, but I would say his Cavern show was the best.
In the Caverns or the amphitheater one, or did he only play at the amphitheater?
The amphitheater. But anyway, is there any like rap or hip hop fans in here that can talk on Tyler the Creator or JPEG or go deeper on the lineup on Thursday.
Tyler and JPEG are both great performers. I've seen both.
Yeah, that JPEG says
They bring the energy.
I've seen JPEG before. I will say, like, he should retire the Call Me Maybe cover because he's been doing it for like 7 years now. It's like, okay, man, it was funny the first 200
I
times.
haven't seen him yet.
But yeah, I do like JPEG, and I think that will be a good sport booking.
Jackson Bronson too. I'm really hyped for that one.
Right on Saturday. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Will he show up?
God, I hope so.
if Tyler is here, most likely.
No, Action Bronson, because he's been to 3 festivals that I've attended, and he's not shown up for all 3 of them.
Really?
Same. So bad.
Here's my problem. Well, actually, it probably isn't a problem. Never mind. Since LSZ is second line, the only worry for me is, like, are they going up against Hosier or somebody for, like, the end? But I doubt it.
They probably will be against either Queens or Vampire Weekend, if I had to guess. So.
Oh, Bill Murray's in there? Hell yeah. Bill Murray's awesome.
Bill Murray should be fine.
Yeah, Bill Murray, not that, like, they're super the same music, but, like, I would akin them to being, like, an Idols kind of set where it's just absolute mayhem and fun. Oh, we got
I feel like-
okay.
I feel like we gotta give like a honorable mention to Leon Thomas, who was on Victorious. I think he's actually done a lot of, but like I think he's made music for like a lot of high profile artists. So I'm kind of excited to see what he does on his own.
He won a Grammy for producing SZA.
Really? That's awesome.
Rachel Chinariri on The Last Line of Friday was one of my favorite albums from last year. She's like indie pop. She's really good.
Oh, that's Leon Thomas. I forgot about him. Yeah, you're right. Victorious immediately.
Yeah, I think Rachel's opening for Sabrina Carpenter on her European tour. So
Yeah, she's on the tour with Remy Wolf too, but she dropped off.
yeah, I can see her popping off though.
What if we do Tipper 11:30, Glass Animals at 1?
Still got Goose and probably Gizzard that night too.
Yeah.
Insane. And Mannequin Pussy. Mannequin Pussy's fantastic. Those mosh pits are going to go insane.
That has to be
real.
real.
Oh, yeah.
Mannequin Pussy and Megadeth. Mannequin Pussy and Megadeth on the same page seems like really bad for our physical well-being. Like, we're gonna get wrecked.
That's Friday the 13th, too.
Fight themselves on that day.
You're damn right it is.
Full moon, I think, too.
It is.
That's crazy.
I can't wait to go hard in the JPEG, Tape B, and Ali and AJ pit on Fridays. It's gonna be great.
MJ Lenderman is awesome. He puts on a great show.
Matt Champion was part of Brockhampton too.
I've heard really good things about Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country, so that'll be fun on Thursday.
I didn't even see that.
Every year that I see Jesse Murph, I just hope it's Jesse Murphy, and I get let down every time. She would be phenomenal. But I think she's doing, what is that? Primavera Sound or whatever. I think that's like the same weekend. And it's in Barcelona or whatever.
Wait. The Saturday, Olivia Rodrigo, Avril Lavigne, and Justice is a wild spread.
Are we going to talk about Avril being included?
any other throwback on here besides like Avril Lavigne? I guess you could say
Allie and AJ.
Nelly. Nelly, right?
Is no one going to acknowledge how hard Hot in Here is going to hit?
We just better not put it at the same time as Justice. Otherwise, I have justice obligations.
Please do not manifest that.
I don't wanna. We saw him in DC. I want to see that show again.
I'm aging myself, but Country Grammar was like the song of my senior year in high school. I mean, everybody was singing that.
I feel like when it comes on, I'm gonna like activate like a sleeper agent, and I'll suddenly remember all the words. You know what I mean?
I think I was in like first grade.
Oh, shut up.
Hey,
hey, at least I was in school. There's some people in here, I'm sure, that weren't even alive yet.
Right?
Royal Otis, I thought I heard was good, right?
yeah, they'll be fun.
Yeah.
I will also add the Sinceres on Saturday. Supposed to going to be early Saturday. They are very good. They have a couple songs that are like trending sounds on TikTok if you look into their music. But I'm a big fan of them. I went to a deep dive of them last night, and I didn't realize I was already a fan of a couple of their songs already. But I'm very excited for them.
Are they, this is only by name because I don't know. Are they like bluegrass or what are they?
Not exactly bluegrass. Hang on, wait.
They've got like a bit old soul sound to them. Like, think like 70s soul music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way I describe them.
Ahi will be really fun. It's very like Grizz adjacent is what I
Jade Cicada. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Jade Cicada is if you're in the Tipper loop, you'll also want to drop in on Jade Cicada. That's a great undercard. I didn't realize it there.
Jade Cicada is so good. Don't miss Jade Cicada.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you like it, Shaina. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, brother. I disconnected. My hand froze walking my dog. So I'm back now. Did we highlight Glass Animals already? Because guys.
Wait, Glass Animals?
Talk it up. Talk it up.
I love how you screamed and the mic cut out.
I know. I didn't time that right, but you're glad. You should just be glad I did that.
When do we think Big Gigantic will play?
Sunday.
Big G's in here? Bro!
Yep.
They are, but there's
I'm still locked in.
I really wanted to
locked
lock
in.
Zingara will be really good too. I don't know if I'm going to feel like going to ATLians. I'm going to say Sunday seems like much more of a laid back day. And then
that might be my number one.
Be really fun.
I feel like I'll go into heart failure if I go to them on Sunday because I saw them for New Year's and they're so good. But I don't think I'll have energy on Sunday for them.
Yeah, that's my only thought. Plus, like going to Barry, going to Big Gigantic, going to Zingara, and going to LSE. I'm going to be so mellowed out.
And Natasha Bedingfield, we're screaming Pocket of Sunshine. Oh my God, I don't know how I missed that.
I normally do not want to see any rain on the farm, but maybe one of those like complete sunny sky with just a drizzle for her set. That'd be cool.
I would say the same, but unfortunately that happened last year, right? And Fortet's set got cut. I hated every second of that. Right when he was cooking.
So did Carly Rae.
I think Carly Rae came back though, didn't she?
For one song.
Oh, damn. I thought it was like a little longer. Yeah, our group was like split between those two because we'd all just seen Chapel. Half of us went to Fortet, half of us went to Carly, and that for some reason, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but Carly didn't make anybody like evacuate, but the other made everybody evacuate.
Would you guys consider Vampire Weekend and Queens of the Stone Age throwback?
I think Vampire Weekend more. I think Queens is. I don't know. Queens in that weird situation of like Foo Fighters to me, where they're like not classic, but not throwback. They're like in the weird in between.
Aren't Queens older than Nelly? And we're considering Nelly a throwback.
I looked it up. Queens started in 1996.
Yep.
I feel like part of the throwback thing for me is if I still listen to their new stuff. So like Nelly, I'm not going to listen to any new albums like Empire Weekend.
Okay, guys, we're a little over 20 minutes. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about the lineup? Any like major things they want to say?
I can't believe we haven't talked about Olivia Rodrigo.
Right?
Olivia Rodrigo.
That was mostly a joke. I'm sorry.
She's going to be great.
Yep.
I can't wait to see Cherub on the pre-party lineup. That'll be great.
Who? Well, guys, it's been so much fun hanging with y'all.
Any undercard. Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, it's been so much fun hanging with y'all. Thank y'all so much for jumping on. We're Chloe and Shaina and hopefully Skyler and I are going to record the rest of the episode tonight, and hopefully we will have it out tomorrow. So I think we decided that we're going to break it down day by day and just kind of go through it and talk about some of our favorite bands, some of our surprises on the lineup, what we thought would be on there, what we didn't expect really to be on there, because there were some surprises I think that came out today. So I've got the lineup pulled up right here, and I'm really interested on this Thursday. We're going to start with Thursday. Skyler, I'm really interested to hear your take on Thursday. So why don't you start us out?
Thursday is a stacked. Like, I know we say that every year about every day, but wow. I am surprised by a few things. The Insane Clown Posse was not on my radar. But I am really interested to see how the Juggalo dynamic integrates with Bonnaroo. I think that's going to be a really funny set to like we did with some of the metal bands and like War last year, like stand on the outskirts with some orange slices, just ready to help whoever needs it. I personally am super excited about the Lemon Twigs. These guys are like, I keep calling them post sleaze because they didn't kind of appear until a little after the indie sleaze window closed, but they're a duo, they're brothers, they're English. They released a fabulous record last year called A Dream Is All We Know. A little bit like Fleet Foxes-y, but a little bit more kind of poppy than that, you know what I mean? But very, very fun to listen to. Gonna be a really fun set. On the advice of Mitchell earlier from our Snap group, I listened to Kitchen Dwellers because I'm a huge bluegrass fan, and they friggin' slap. Quartet of dudes from Montana, just classic picking and singing. It's great. It's really, really, really good stuff. Solid banjo presence in that one. Really enjoy that. That's going to be a fun Thursday. And then Dogs in a Pile is going to be so much fun. I'm really pumped about them. I've just started to kind of dig into their discography, but it seems like they're mostly a live band, which I love. The first YouTube video I pulled up and sent to Evan was like 47 minutes long. I was like, I think you're gonna like this. But they're kind of goosey, but a little bit more like melody focused, a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more kind of mellow in general. But really vibey jams. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am excited to personally dig into all the EDM on Thursday because I don't know a lot of it. I love Damdala. Well, excited to see that one, but most of the rest of it is new to me. So that's my homework assignment for myself for the next couple of weeks.
So what about you, Chloe? Do you see anything that particularly stands out to you on Thursday?
Okay, full send to Insane Clown Posse. I have accidentally seen them like a few times, and it's been really fun every time. But the last
Oh,
time,
your lore is so much fun. I love listening to every little bit about you.
like it's just like
How
I've
did you
never
accidentally see them?
so okay, so they were at Riot Fest 2022. And so it was a really strange night. It was Sleep Token into Insane Clown Posse, and then we bopped over to the Postal Service.
That
So it was it was very strange. It was so like Insane Clown Posse and Sleep Token were on the same stage, and Sleep Token was going a little over, or I think they started late and they were going over, and ICP was like very generous and like gave them their time and just cut their set short, which I'm like, bless, it was totally worth it. But like they didn't announce that like that late start for ICP, so like all the ICP people were like standing at the edge of the Sleep Token group, and it was just like the same weirdos in a different font just like crossing each other as they were leaving. But like I don't know, it was just like the coolest crowd. They were so fun, and I think they are gonna put on, like, even if you don't love their music, they're gonna be fun, and it's kind of like War. You gotta go, you gotta see the show, you gotta get the vibes. So full send on that. And I think you said something about the Juggalo. I don't know what you said earlier, but it sounded like a band name. I'm gonna come back to it because it made me laugh. So full send there, and Dogs in a Pile, totally agreed. I think they're going to be so much fun. They feel like a really good band to like bring the crew to. Like anyone that's in grabbing distance on the way, they should go. But the other name that really caught my eye was Wisp. She's like kind of like dark shoegaze pop, super vibey. Like I think could be a really fun show to go to, and like just a cool way to kick off the weekend. I feel like Thursday we still have our energy, we still have like hope for the future. We're not like a husk of a person by then, so we can just like really fully get into these fun shows and just like look forward to the weekend ahead. So I think Wisp will be really fun.
So Shaina, you are more into the EDM, I think, than the rest of us are. So tell us about your picks for Thursday.
So starters, I made notes. So, and I also pulled the lineup up with the EDM. I'm super excited about Dom Dollar. This set's going to be so fun. Anytime I've seen him, I'm just dancing and it's upbeat. That's one I think I can get like a lot of my group to go to. He's going to be super fun. But interestingly enough, on the lineup, it's like the way it starts is from Thursday onto Sunday. It's like I don't know as many artists as I do the farther it goes in. Because when I first looked through my list for Thursday, I had Dom Dalla down and Insane Clown Posse, which I have a very weird story for how I found them. Like when I first was discovering music, this is going to be a very weird story. It's so funny. I was crawling under these bleachers during a basketball game. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I was in 8th grade and I found, if you remember, Hot Topic used to sell like band artists, like silicone wristbands. I found one down there and I was like, whoa, ground score. And it said Insane Clown Posse. And I was like, I'm going to look into this. And then they were one of the first groups I started listening to. So
that is extremely on brand that you discovered a band through a ground score, actually.
Yeah, like under the bleachers. Like it was like only 3 rows of bleachers. So, like I had to army crawl under the whole thing. And I was like, I bet I can do this. Why? There was no reason to method to that madness. But yeah, they were one of the first ones. I was not expecting them. I'm super excited about. Dogs in a Pile is also really good. But looking on the other EDM side too of Thursday, I think it was Zeka that I've heard a few songs on because I started making my playlist. So I'm really excited about that. I think Thursday for me is going to be a day where I'm going to see a few big acts, but then try to just catch new music, new sets.
I'm going to clap so I know where to edit it. Okay. Awesome. That sounds great. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Friday. So
Wait a minute, your picks. Your Thursdays.
My Thursday? Okay. I do have one for Thursday. So Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country. So I had heard about this before, but I wasn't really too familiar with it until the lineup came out. And it is more of a like jammy, trippy kind of band. It is really, really, really cool. So definitely look that up. Yes, it's like a jammy, trippy kind of band. It's It's really, really neat. Definitely look it up. That would be my pick for Thursday, for sure. If I had to pick one on Thursday, Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country. Now, going down to Friday, Glass Animals, obviously. Of course.
I scream.
I knew Shaina was going to agree with me on that one. Obviously,
I
Glass
said
Animals.
no.
But Friday, it just starts getting stacked and stacked and stacked. Glass Animals, Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I just saw them maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I forgot how good Glass Animals. I'm sorry, Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I forgot how good they were. I mean, just absolutely. That was the best show I had ever saw from RKS. Truly, like better than back in the late 2010s. Like just incredible, incredible, incredible. I mean,
Shout out to Boone, North Carolina, Appalachian State University.
But I was really, really surprised on Friday to see how high, well, not surprised, but I'm happy for them to see how high Flip Turn was built, to see them rise up. I'm so happy for them. So happy. So truly happy because they did play our Wednesday party not too many years ago. What was that? 21? No, 22. It had
22.
Yeah. So I'm so happy for Flip Turn for being billed that high up and just incredible things happening for them. So
that Wednesday party boost is huge.
Yes. So I'll give it over to you, Skyler.
Ooh, I'm super excited about Friday. I've still never seen Tyler, the Creator, and I'm super pumped for his set. The man brings it. I've watched them on TV, but I've never experienced it live. And he's just like, he brings so much presence in a single human being. Like he never has a band with him. He's just one guy on stage, and the way that he designs things, the way that he orchestrates his shows. Like I keep saying, he gets more and more kind of like Wes Anderson as he goes along in his career. Like he's embraced a lot of like pastels and like a kind of cinematography, and it's really cool to see how he's evolving as an artist. And I mean, Chromacopia is an incredible record. Super excited to see what he brings. I am also really excited about Foster the People because I don't know if you guys have heard, but disco is back, babe. We are going to boogie. We are going to dress in mirrors, and we're going to have the most fun at that show. One of the names that I'm super excited to see on the lineup in general, like maybe one of my number one most requested artists for this year was MJ Lenderman. I am so excited to see him on there. MJ Lenderman is the guitar player in a band called Wednesday out of Asheville, North Carolina. He released an incredible solo record last year called Manning Fireworks. I can't get enough of this guy. He's like kind of a dirtbag, like kind of indie rocky, kind of psyche. Like it's hard to describe, you know, like it's got some Americana, some kind of folk infusions into it. Rock and roll is clearly in his background. Like it's really cool kind of amalgamation of genres and songwriting. So I'm super excited to see him. And I think he's just going to dig the vibe on the farm. You know what I mean? And then what is the last name I had written down here? Oh yes, Cults. Talking about sleaze, babe. I'm so excited about Cults. Cults released their first record in 2011. So prime time indie sleaze vibes. Very like kind of synth poppy, a little like Fantagram, a little bit like a much tamer Sleigh Bells, like really, really wonderful dynamic between the two of them. But I'm super excited to see that Cults is on there. Really like sleazy lineup on Friday in general. Like Marina is on there. There's some really good stuff. I'm super excited about that. But MJ Lenderman, I better see all of you at MJ Lenderman.
I put MJ Lenderman on my list too, but I put Country Fried Rock. That's how I described him in my list. And I was like, I feel like that's pretty good.
100%, yeah.
I had Cults on my list too because they give me big churches energy, especially like old churches. Like they must have come up around the same time too.
They absolutely did.
Yeah. And Marina. I am so excited to see Marina, formerly Marina and the Diamonds. I haven't seen her live, but like watching her videos, she's so fun. And I think it'll be like really good old school pop in like the best way. So stoked for her. What was the other one I had? Rachel. Oh my gosh, how do you pronounce her last name? I totally lost it. Chinoriri. I think that's how you pronounce it. She's super cool, new to me, like indie Britpop, kind of like feels like 2010s Britpop with like great soul singers, like true vocalists. I think she's going to be a really fun see on Friday. And then I think he was one of the last names on Friday, or he might have been the last one. Effin, that DJ. I just kind of looked up his stuff. And he uses like a lot of retro samples. Like I think one of his most popular songs uses a sample of Unforgettable by Nat King Cole. And like that sounds so incongruous with like other DJs and stuff, but the way he utilizes samples is so fun and interesting, and it makes it like really engaging and dancey. So I'm so excited to see him too. I think he'll be a really good time.
What about you, Shaina?
Oh, glass animals! I already know. I was sitting here looking at my notes. I hope I actually like sang that on key. Who knows? It might blow people's ears. Sorry if I did. But this is where my schedule gets to where I know I'm going to have conflicts because there's so many artists that I know and want to see. But for Friday, Glass Animals, I'm going to be in the pit for that. So I'm already mentally preparing that I'm going to have to miss some artists, and it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. But I'm super excited. Tyler, the Creator, was at my first Bonnaroo. And I will never forget that set because I was actually at that set with people that I met in the crowd for J. Cole earlier that night. Don't remember their names. They called me Indiana, but they were the coolest people I'd ever met. Like we spent the whole night together because I lost my crew. Tyler, the Creator's bass is insane. The ground will shake. Like it's so much fun. And as you mentioned, I think he was at Forecastle the last year they had it in 2022. I'm almost 95% certain he was there because I remember seeing him. And it's just so fascinating how he draws a crowd presence and like everybody's locked in. Someone I was not expecting was Ali and AJ on the lineup. It literally gave me Disney Channel vibes immediately. It's also giving me hope that Miley will be 2026, but I'm super excited for that. I was listening to their music on the way to work today, so I think that's going to be so fun. I'm a huge Goose fan. I'm a huge Tipper fan. Their sets are going to be amazing. I saw Tipper at Halloween, and wow, I partially regretted not going farther into the crowd with part of my crew because that was just so cool. It was. Oh, you guys have to go. If you have that time free, go to Tipper because wow. Who else did I have down here? There was a lot. I did have Foster the People also on my notes. And then I did notice a lot more EDM starts on Friday. Will I make it to all of them? Probably not, but I'm going to try. I had Of the Trees. I also had Tape B, Enzo, and Levity. And then also I had Detox Unit down too as well because I was checking them out on my way to work. So Friday is going to be great. Will I make it to all of them? Probably only really 3 unless they're playing wherever Glass Animals is at. If you want to hang out with me in the pit for it, let's do it.
I'll probably be there, Shaina.
I hope so. I'm going to try to get Dave's attention. And I've had some people like, I want to go to that set with you. I'm like, well, we're going to get a crew for the pit. I don't commit to the pit often. I like my space to dance in the back. So I'm committing.
The last time they were there in 17, we were in line for the pit and we got cut off by a group of people who were not in line for the pit and got in front of us. So I feel like I deserve a redemption arc with this. So I may join you as well.
It's redemption time. And you know what makes me so sad? And not sad, but it's like so crazy. Is like I love Bonnaroo because of how much music they have. I didn't really listen to Glass Animals as hard as I was in 2017 to know that they were on the farm. Like now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you could have seen them then because I didn't see them that year. But I'm obviously so excited. I've been making so much candy that's just Glass Animals related. So be prepared to get a bunch of candy from me.
Sharla, who you got on Friday?
Oh, I talked about it already. Glass Animals.
Oh, that's right.
Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Yeah.
And Flip Turn.
Okay, you're selling me on RKS because they haven't ever really appealed to me. But if you say they're good, I feel like we've got a lot of crossover. So I feel like I need to give them another shot.
Rainbow Kitten Surprise is also on my list. I am so excited they're going to be there. I just hope they don't back out this time as they did last time.
I do want to shout out Goose for Friday too. I have been watching a lot of Goose sets recently for a variety of reasons, but they did some incredibly cool stuff over New Year's Eve and on Halloween. They did a bingo ball set list. So they had balls with all of their songs on it, and they had this dude who's like, we don't know who he is. His name's Lucky Lou, and we're very fascinated by him. But he would draw the bingo ball and like show what the song was, and they'd go into it. And some of them were covers, some of them were wild cards. There was like a whole whole bingo game. Super fun. And then their New Year's Eve set was like a formal affair in Austin, and they opened the last set with Eye to Eye from a Goofy movie. It was
That is so cool.
wonderful.
No, on your point, Shaina, about them backing out, after I saw the show, a couple of months ago, I have absolute full faith in RKS. Absolute full faith in them. I mean, they brought it. I mean, I truly forgot like how many songs they had. I was like, I totally forgot about that song. Like it was one of those type of shows. Also, I did see another one that I did mention it earlier when we were doing the live stream. Marina. Totally forgot about Marina. And it's so funny because I mentioned this earlier, but we were literally driving in the car to South Star and I had Marina came on the radio and it was Chloe that said, "Oh, I would love to see Marina at Bonnaroo. Wouldn't it be fun if we got Marina?" And that is
the
just
power of us and your vehicle can't be contained. Like that's where we need to do all of our manifesting.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to take a road trip and like manifest a lineup. I will say, I thought of this a second ago. Marina is Bjork for people whose Lady Gaga is Caroline Polachek.
Incredible. Incredible.
Yes.
There's layers to that.
There is. Yes. A lot of
I need to like sit with that and make space for it. Hold space for that.
You want me to hold your finger?
Will you please? Thank you.
Okay, so moving down to Saturday. Skyler, who do you have on Saturday?
Ooh, Saturday's gonna be fun. Modest Mouse. I love a Modest Mouse set. They have been touring an anniversary of Good News for People Who Love Bad News, which is a great record. But their festival sets are always like they play the hits, and they've got so many hits. They're another one like Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Like you don't realize how many hits those dudes have, but they're always super fun. And Isaac can really get into it. I'm super excited about Dottie Freyr. He is an Icelandic musician. He was Iceland's entry into Eurovision in 2020 with a really unbelievably catchy song called Think About Things. And then obviously Eurovision 2020 didn't happen. So he went in 21 and placed like third or fourth, I think, with a different song. But he is a delightful, like poppy songwriter. I really enjoy him. And I think he's going to put on a really fun, like quirky set. And then the Remy Wolf Super Jam.
Let's go.
Holy crap. Holy crap. Insanely fire 1970s pool party super jam. So like we're wearing caftans. We're going to drink cocktails out of novelty sized martini glasses. It's going to be elegance and trash, and I'm so excited about it. I can't wait. Remy is so much fun. She was at the Corey Wong Super Jam doing some Steely Dan songs. And I'm always really excited to see her because she brings the energy. She is just so goddamn weird and she has incredible taste in music. So that's a perfect storm for a great set.
People keep asking if it's a real pool. Like there's going to be a real pool there, a real pool party.
About to find out. I'm adding inflatable pool to my Bonnaroo list.
Yes, please.
Maybe they'll have Super Gym at the fountain.
That's an idea.
What if we all wear like those inflatables, like the ones that go around your waist?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. The ideas are percolating. Oh my god.
During Halloween, they pass those out. I have one. They passed out little blow up inflatables, and we were so close to like half my group had them. And one of my group members like threw mine away because we didn't have space. And I was like, no, my pigs, like bring them back. So
I have not one time, but more than once seen people crowd surfing on like pool floaties and rafts and things. So this feels like a good opportunity for that.
She should hire us to be like her
100%.
hype women.
We're idea people.
Incredible.
Y'all, I knew I bought my fits way too soon. Why did I do
that? You just got backups. That's all. You're ready to go.
You did. You bought your fits like 2 months ago. I was so impressed.
Chloe, who do you have on Saturday?
Oh man, Saturday's a big day for me too. I'm like a new Olivia Rodrigo fan, so I'm really excited to see her. I think the stuff I've seen from her tour that she just wrapped up like at the end of last year looked super fun. The fact that I get to see Avril Lavigne makes like 14-year-old Chloe so happy, and I'm going to be fully into that. I've heard hot and cold things about her performances, but I think I'm going to be the performance for me. So I think that's that's where the joy is going to come from. Justice too. I've loved them for a long time. That's going to be incredible to see. But like the name that I am most excited to see, maybe for the whole weekend, is this band called Wave to Earth. They're like lo-fi, jazzy, indie pop, and I had not heard of them until today. And they've been all I've listened to ever since. They're from South Korea. They're so fun, and I can just see people like at the set on Sunday just vibing. I think it's going to be so cool, and I gasped when I listened to them. Like they're just so fun. And then also Daddy Frere. The note I put next to his name is if Bo Burnham did hyperpop or electric hyperpop. And I think that might be about right. Because his voice sounds like Bo Burnham.
It does.
Bo
You're
Burnham
totally right.
adjacent.
Yes.
It's going to get so weird during that set, and I can't wait. I think that one's going to be a really good one. Ooh, and a quick shout out to the Stews. They remind me very much of another band called Ripe, like a very similar, strong vocalist. Indie rock, a little jammy. I think they'll be a good set if you can catch it too.
Nice.
Shaina, how about you? Do you have anything special on Saturday?
Saturday, I think my top, it's hard to pick one. I was so excited to see Avril Lavigne because Chloe's same. I'm literally going to love that entire moment. But I'm also really excited for Olivia Rodrigo. I think that's going to be a super fun set. And I think that's probably my top one that day. But I was also super excited to see that Mount Joy is on the lineup because I caught them at Lollapalooza, I think in 2023, and it was such a fun set. I had so much fun when I was there, and I loved it. There was a lot of artists on the lineup, actually, that I saw that I was excited to see on the Bonnaroo lineup. I love Jade Cicada. That's going to be such a fun set. I totally encourage you to go to it. Some others I saw, I just discovered, actually, I think it's the bottom on Saturday, Ahi. They came on my Spotify, and I just started listening to them, and I was like, wait a minute, you're on the Bonnaroo lineup. So that was interesting, the way the universe works. I'm really excited, though, for Jesse Murph on Saturday, as well as RL Grind and Gorgon City, too. So there's quite a bit. And I'm going to be at Justice. It just gets worse for me. There's going to be so many conflicts. I can feel it. I'm hopeful. Like right now, I'm like, I can run to each set every bit. But in reality, we'll see.
So I think Saturday is going to be the most stacked for me, definitely. Okay, Nelly.
Mm-mm.
We were supposed to get Nelly back in I think it was the 2020 lineup or 21. And it was going to be like the 20th anniversary of Country Grammar or something. And I said it earlier, but totally aging myself because that was the shit in high school. I mean, that was it. And oh my God.
I went back and listened to that song after they announced him on that lineup. I still knew every word somehow.
Did your brain just come online and you're like, yeah.
I was like a sleeper agent who'd been activated. I was like,
exactly what I said this morning.
I remember when you would, I mean, this is even before our time, really, but the CDs in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all probably seen the ads for them when we were kids. And
Columbia Record Club, baby.
Columbia Record, yeah, that's what it was. And I remember one time my mom telling me that they called, like when you get telemarketer calls, they called the house and she was like, I'm going to troll them or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, do you actually have any Nelly? And so that's my Nelly memory. I was singing that on the school bus and everything. So I'm very excited for Nelly and Avril Lavigne, of course. You know, it's gonna be a good throwback. I gotta look at my notes. Be Bad Ooby. Probably
Be Doobity.
Be Bad. Yeah, y'all know. Be Bad Ooby. Be Bad. No.
I think it's Biba Doobie.
Biba Doobie? Is that it? Biba Doobie?
Yeah.
I think so. That sounds right.
I don't know where the emphasis goes, but that's what I'm guessing. That feels right.
Okay, well, the way I got into Biba Doobie, a student where I work actually put me on because I had the students fill out a little form, and one of the questions was list your favorite artist, and somebody put Biba Doobie. And so I looked that up. I looked up Biba Doobie, and I was like, this is really cool. So I've been listening to her for quite a while now. So I'm very excited about her. And somebody else on here that I wanted to point out that I haven't seen anyone talk about is the Sinceres. It's on the bottom line there. It's the Sinceres and the Altons. It's Thee and then Sinseers. Okay, so the Sinceres, it is a soul band from East LA, and there's like a ton of people in this band, but they actually call themselves the Soldies. It's like a 50s soul throwback band. Look them up. It is amazing. And it's one of these acts that it's very different from modern music. It's one of these like just kind of out of left field acts that, you know, a modern, you know, a Gen X person is probably not going to listen to this, but it's just so cool and so different, and just it's so really, really, really good. So look up them, the Sinceres and the Altons. I don't know much about the Altons, but look up these Sinceres on Spotify or whatever. They're so good. So definitely check them out.
I'm adding them to my playlist.
Yes.
Excellent. I'm super excited about that.
All right. So
I also thought of you when I saw Flatland Cavalry on there. I think they'll be really good. I haven't listened to them before, but as soon as I hit play on a few of their songs, I was like, okay, Sharla and I are going to that immediately. I think they're going to be really good.
I need to give them another chance. I've tried to listen to them before because I think if they're the same band I'm thinking of, they were there a couple of years ago in Outeroo. Maybe I may be thinking about someone else.
Right, yeah.
And you know, I've tried to listen to them, and it was a little mid for me, but I may be thinking of someone else. So don't quote me on that. All right, so how about Sunday? What do you have, Skyler, for Sunday?
Woo, boy. I don't know why they're doing this to me and stacking Sunday so hard. I am so tired already just thinking about it. There's going to be so much good stuff. Vampire Weekend, I'm so excited for. I hope they're still doing it, but on this tour that they're doing for this most recent record, they're taking requests for their encores, and it's gotten weirder and sillier as time has gone by. And Daniel and I have been talking about stacking our encores request list, so we're gonna find some good stuff for them to play for us. Queens of the Stone Age are gonna be amazing. We saw them at Shaky Knees this last year. It was good times. I am also really excited about, there was somebody else on here that I was, friggin' Natasha Bedingfield. Oh my God, that's gonna be amazing.
Sunshine, baby.
We are all going to scream Unwritten together, and it is going to be just an incredible catharsis. And then I think maybe the one I'm most excited about on Sunday is Grace Bowers and the Hodgepodge. She was the one that I started listening to today and have not stopped listening to. Like, what a dang voice. She's like an incredible guitar player. She's like if Joss Stone was more into Stevie Ray Vaughan than Janis Joplin. But she's got the lead single that's on a title is Wine on Venus, and I sent it to Evan. I was like, this is my new theme song. So she's got this just gorgeous husky kind of Bunny Raitt style voice, beautiful songwriting. That's going to be a really, really excellent show. And then Ray is the other one I wanted to talk about on Sunday. She is a revelation. She has this gorgeous, gorgeous voice. She's got this old school kind of 1950s, 60s Marilyn Monroe kind of style. She's a little bit Amy Winehouse, but more like kind of classically vocal than Amy was. But she's just, she transports you. She's a little bit Adele, she's a little bit Amy Winehouse, but she's got this gorgeous kind of very unique style that's all her own, and her vocals are spectacular. She has a huge band that she travels with, so that's going to be a really fun show.
Okay, how about you, Chloe?
Well, my Irish King, Hosier, will be closing us out, and I will be so deeply unwell. I'm so excited to see him again. I was lucky enough to get tickets to his tour this past summer, and it was incredible. I think I know it's not super high energy, and I think people are kind of having some feelings about him closing out the festival, but I think it'll be amazing. Like, a lot of his stuff is obviously soft and nice, but he's got some bangers that not only do people know, but like that come with a lot of like fire and passion. And I think that'll be such a cool way to just cap off the weekend. Co-signed to Grace Bowers and the Hodgepodge. I wrote if the Muppets did funk and groove. That was my note on her, and I think that's about right. That'll be super fun. That'll be one that, like, if we can get a big group to go, I think we could all have a really, really good time.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah. And she also just like, it's just big Muppets. Like, even seeing her clothes and stuff, I'm like, oh, I love it. There was a name on there that I wasn't familiar with, and I looked her up. Goldie Boutillier. She's like 50s, 60s country, kind of like if Dolly Parton and Stevie Nicks had a baby, like that's kind of her vibe. Just kind of like a cool, like she clearly has like a really strong vision in her music and like her videos and how she presents herself. And she's one to check out. Her voice is also gorgeous. What's another one? Oh, Alex Warren is a name that I've had a ton of people text me today. Yeah, I was like, I don't know that name, and everyone's like, no, he's huge on TikTok. So of course, like I'm also on TikTok too much. So I looked up his stuff, and I'm like, you've absolutely heard it. It's everywhere. You can't escape him, and I think that'll be a really fun like pop rock kind of show. And then my last name on there is where'd she go? Oh, Alexandra Kay. She's like country girl pop, and I don't know if it'll be a serious show, but I think it'll be a fun show. I just need to save my energy for Hosier at the end, so I'm going for good vibes on Sunday.
Shaina, you're up for Sunday.
To unmute myself. Chloe, I'm right there with you. Hosier's my number one. I actually saw him on the rail with one of my group campers at Lollapalooza this year, and I sang, I cried my heart out, like I danced. I can see where people think it's mixed. I honestly think it's going to be a beautiful way to close out Bonnaroo on Sunday. Because I know I can probably speak for all of us. We're all emotional on Sunday, not wanting to leave the farm. So I think it's going to be fabulous. I'm excited. I don't think they're mentioned yet. Saint Motel is on Sunday. That is such a fun, like, I play that when I'm in my car, like, and I'm in a good mood. Like, that music is just such fun vibe. I'm hoping my whole crew will go for that one. I'm also really excited about LSZ. That's going to be exciting. They're going to be so fun together. I saw them at North Coast, and just wow. It will blow your mind. You should go. I'm encouraging you to go. I'm also excited about Royal Otis is also on Sunday. That I was so excited to see on the lineup. That's going to be a really fun set. And Natasha Benningfield, yes. Skyler, I wanted to add during her, I'm going to try to not scream as hard as I did during Ludacris at South Star, to where I was seeing spots, if you remember. I'm going to try to not do that this time.
Yeah, you got the zoomies pretty bad during Ludacris.
Yeah, I think I stopped right for Skyler, and I was on my knees. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing black spots right now. I'm screaming so hard. I need to stop. And like, people were looking around me, and I was like, it's Luda. What do you mean? So I'm very excited about to see her. Alex Warren, Zingara, Sunday. They're really doing me hard here, like on damage of like just. There's so many good acts in Sunday. I know how my body feels. I'm already mentally, physically feeling it. I'm not going to make them to all. Like Atlians is also on Sunday. I just saw them on New Year's, and wow, so amazing. I hope I have energy to make it to all the sets. Dispatch is also really good. Big Gigantic. I think I mentioned Zingara already. And Queens of the Stone Age, Vampire Weekend. Duh.
I feel like Big Gigantic is one of those bands that's just like, no matter what they're doing, they're going to play Bonnaroo every couple of years, and it's going to be one of the best sets of the weekend. They bring it every single time. They're so much fun. They're so like in tune with the Bonnaroo energy. I always love a Big G set.
That's exactly what I'm looking forward to, is like their sets is what brings me, like I go into the crowd and it's just the whole crowd is a party. It's that Bonnaroo vibe. Like it's all perfect. So fun.
I think they've got a catalog too, where it's like I can think of a Big Gigantic song or two that I know, but if I go to their set, I'll be like, no, I know that one too. Exactly. Like, and it just rolls. Yeah. What about you, Sharla? What do you got on Sunday?
Well, Sunday is going to be big for me also. I think not quite as big as Saturday, but definitely still a banger day. Hosier, obviously. And then let's see, we've got Royal Otis. I know Daniel's been really, really, really big into Royal Otis. And then for me, I think my biggest thing on Sunday is going to be a band called Treaty Oak Revival. I didn't really get into them until yesterday when the leak lineup came out. So about this time, about 24 hours ago, essentially. And I've been listening to them ever since, been hooked on them ever since, essentially. I thought they were more like a chill, folksy kind of thing. I'd heard of them before, and I always thought they were more like a chill kind of like a kind of like low key kind of thing. No, I listened to like a few of their songs. They got some bangers out there. I mean, truly, they got some like really, really popping off bangers for real, like the kind of stuff, the high energy kind of music that I like to listen to. So I'm really, really, really loving Treaty Oak Revival. I mean, it really is the type of music that I like. Saint Motel is great, great, great. And I also, Chloe, I'm with you on the Goldie. How do you pronounce her last name?
Boutillier.
Boutillier, thank you. Goldie Boutillier. I looked her up as well. Very, very good. I really, really liked a couple of songs that I listened to from her. So that's my Sunday. But also one thing that we forgot about, because it's hidden way up in the very top corner. We forgot about the King Giz residency 3 nights.
I almost put King Giz on on 3 of the 4 days, just make it a bit. I was thinking about that
because it's hidden way up in the corner.
Good job, so.
Do you know how many comments I saw on the internet today that was like, "What about King Giz?" Oh, it's in the corner.
It's kind of where the super
excited about the concept of a residency. I think it's crazy that King Giz, a band that's released conservatively, I'm going to say like 500 albums in their career. Like they have so much material to pull from. They transcend so many genres. Like they can put on a show for 3 days and not repeat a single song or even a single vibe. Like it's going to be so interesting to see.
So I can tell everybody the story now. I guess it's safe to tell. So when we did the podcast with Brad and Corey a few months ago, Brad said residency, and that's how King Giz, everyone on the internet started figuring it out, essentially. And yes, that was a King Giz shirt that Corey was wearing. That's how the internet started figuring it out. Residency. Yeah. But when Brad first said residency, everybody was like, residency, like Shania Twain in Vegas?
Yes.
Right? Not a hard sell for me. I'm in.
We'll speak it into the car, 2026.
Residency, you mean like Donnie and Marie?
Also not a hard sell. I would go to a Donnie and Marie residency at Rome.
Yeah.
The Osmonds?
Yeah.
It would be a really wonderful transition to go from King Gizzard to the Osmonds next year.
I'm so intrigued to see how, not just what Giz plays, like how they decide to like separate the nights, but how Rue does it, like logistically, like if they're going to be on different stages, or I'm so intrigued to see that.
I feel like they're just kind of going to be like artists at large for the weekend too. Like they're probably going to pop up with other folks. I feel like we may see them in the campgrounds. Like they seem renegade enough that like you never really know what to expect. So it's going to be like Springsteen at See Here Now. Like you played with 3 different people before he showed up his own set.
Exactly. Yeah.
I heard there's like a bus that they could play at. Maybe if they wanted. Like, I don't.
Pre-party maybe on Wednesday.
I mean, like I don't know.
I'll buy
to get into your car.
The food stand.
So is there anyone, I want to hear from you guys, is there anyone that you really expected to see on the lineup that's not there, that's missing?
I've suddenly forgotten every rumor.
Literally.
I was hoping to see St. Vincent. I really was. I felt like she was going to, because this is kind of the cycle that she does. She'll do an album tour and then she'll hit some festivals, and next season is a festival season for her. But I'm just gonna keep chasing her.
Yeah, I was really hopeful to see Magic City Hippies back. They played, I think, back in 2019, and I think it went really well. Like they played VIP, like they had a great time. And they're on an album cycle, and was super hopeful to see them there, but we'll see them.
I was hopeful that Pigeons Playing Ping Pong was going to be on the lineup. I think they played last in 2022. So it kind of matched up for them to return back to the farm, and they just released an album. They're so fun. I love pigeons. They're actually the group I found on the farm. So I was hoping they would be there. I was also low-key really wanting Tame Impala to come to the farm. I think so was so many other people. But I was hopeful them and just being a stretch there, My Morning Jacket. I mean, it was 2023 last. I would not be against them coming back soon. I'd rather them come back sooner than later, because that 2023 set was wow.
You know, somebody I think we still could see, because we don't have the We're in the Woods lineup yet. It's our man DJ Mel.
Fingers crossed. DJ, where you at?
Yeah.
We love you, Mel. Come back to us.
Come back.
No, we don't have the We're in the Woods lineup, the Outer Rude lineup, or the Infinity Stage lineup. That is still to come as well. Now there will be, you know, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, but there will be some of these artists will play on that Infinity Stage, but we'll also have other artists that'll play on the Infinity Stage as well. So there's still a lot more to come. I mean, this is just the base outline, the base lineup that we're getting right now. But I mean, there's still much more to come, you know, that's not on here. I mean, it's not like they're going to add Taylor Swift or anything, but there are still, you know, other artists that are going to be added. I mean, they're always, you know, oh, Daft Punk. Yeah, they're coming.
Do we think we're still going to do the Who stage, or is that maybe something that's getting sacrificed for Infinity?
You know, I don't know. That's a great question. That is a good question, because I'm so curious as to where they'll put it. Because, like, I know, like, reading on the Loophole page, a lot of people's concern was about sound bleed with the stages of, like, where is it going to be? Because a few stages in the farm, like, there is really bad sound bleed when you're transferring from one stage to the other and then to the fence. Yeah. So I'm curious to how and where it would go.
The speakers face inward for the Infinity Stage, if you actually look at it. So I wouldn't sound bleed. I don't think it's going to be an issue for it as much as you would think. But I think that is the biggest question on everyone's mind, is where is it going to go? I've seen that a lot.
It isn't finite, you know, they can expand and contract. So I feel like there's
Exactly.
plenty of room there. And my current theory is that they're going to suspend it above the witch field. So
For
like
sure.
you get in through those pneumatic tubes like they have at the bank in the drive-thru. And during the day, because it's only up at night, during the day it provides some shade over the witch stage. So it's double duty.
Think of how hot that tube would be to go shoot up in, though.
Yeah, because then you'd get sweaty and it would just like lube you up. You're good. Just
it's a lube tube.
Lube tube. Get that on a totem immediately.
So yeah, Lazy River is out, pneumatic tubes. That's what we're looking at in 2025.
Good idea, people. Okay, take notes, everybody.
The jam tracks, you'll just go in that way.
Exactly.
We'll just have like a giant like gerbil tubes across the whole farm. There it is.
Oh, that sounds so sweaty.
Really damp.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think this is one of the best lineups that we've had since 21-20 for sure. I mean, I'm so excited for June.
That seems to be the sentiment across the board too. I feel like I haven't seen anyone saying, you know, this is a mid lineup next year, maybe.
You know, I saw a couple of people on Reddit, but they were immediately downvoted into oblivion. So
rise up.
It's so varied. Like Bonnaroo is great at getting stuff for everybody, but this is like truly for everybody. Like
Right.
whatever you like, you can find a few on this lineup. It's so cool.
Exactly.
I am so excited for this year. I know with Bonnaroo, I always set myself like 2 goals of things to do each year. Like last year, the Roo Run. And now I'm like, just with the lineup alone, I'm like, I really don't know what other side activities I can really put in there, because it's so music heavy and I love it so much. And as you mentioned, I love that there's something for everyone. Like that's why I love Bonnaroo, is there's music for literally everyone. They try to have all genres, and so if you don't like something, you can find something else, and you can go stumble and find an artist or a group that you didn't know of, and then fall in love with them on the farm.
Right, exactly. I mean, I know when the Luke Combs rumor was going around, there was a lot of people concerned about that, but I'm like, just go somewhere else.
There's plenty of things to do on the farm. You won't get
many things. I've been to the farm 11 times and I have never ridden the Ferris wheel. So like, there's a thing.
We've been talking about this for years. We really got to look at the schedule and nail down time. We got to go.
At this point, I just don't think it's ever going to happen. I always look at the line and I'm like, no, I got something better to do.
It's true.
Only time I've ridden it, and my advice is the daytime. I think I've rode it once at night, but we had to go right during a set and like miss it and then run into it because the line at night is always so much worse.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it this year. Let's go ride it all at the same time.
Do it
on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, we're grabbing snacks. We're Ferris wheeling it up. It's happening.
That sounds good.
Book it.
Yeah,
Done.
We'll make sure to do that.
I'll be there.
That can be one of your goals, Shaina, so we can make sure that we all do it. Because we can't let you down.
That's number one. We'll do it.
Can't do it.
Okay, that's the motivation I need. I would never disappoint Shaina.
Can't do it.
Don't make me cry. I know the second goal actually this year is to do the Pride Parade. I've always missed that. It used to be during our group meetups, and last year I ran the 5K, and I slept for like 7 hours after I ran that. That was so hot. So that's my other goal, is to make it to that this year, which is usually on Saturday. So I should be able to do that.
Yeah, I think you got it.
We can do it.
Positive.
Well, thank you again for joining us. And I think we're going to jump off here. And guys, again, you can find us, find out about our nonprofit at totemfnd.org. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Sharla. And where can they find all of you guys at?
I am Skyler, ironically enough, with sometimes 2 R's and sometimes 3 O's. So good luck.
And you can find me on Twitter at FestiFood or Instagram, shit I eat at festivals.
How about you, Shaina?
Me on Twitter, you can find me at Twitter X, whatever it is. You can find me at Shaina Bradley. It's with an I, not a Y. Why do you ask all the questions? We don't know. And then my Instagram is Shaina_Nicole, but there's an extra A in Shaina at the end. So if you want to find me there, I'm there. I'm also on our Loophole to Reality page as an admin, so you can come join all the fun.
Okay, well, again, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and get out there and radiate positivity. Bye.